Okay everyone, after very careful consideration, I have decided on a team that I believe will be perfect for Endgame. Ike. Micaiah. Soth. The reason I also don't like Soth is because he takes up a spot in the roster that because you have to take him, when that spot could be going to somebody like Volk, who was clearly superior to Soth. Empress. Yeah, these are the 6 units that you're required to bring. But the first unit who made it in was Ileana, the Archsage. I love Ileana. I know she's going to be a great boon for us in this endgame. She's going to be doing well on a map here. Endgame is actually divided up into 5 parts, and Ileana is going to shine specifically in a few certain parts of these. Laura, yes, Laura. I'm actually bringing a Saint. I normally don't bring a Saint to this, but Laura has proven time and time again that she is more than ready for the challenge. Her resistance is a little low compared to everybody else's. However, I do not think this will stop her from doing the job she needs to do. Har, of course. Har is just freaking Har. He's been amazing this entire playthrough. He has not let up on anything. He's taken nothing from no one. I love Har, and he's obviously in here. Mia, the True Blade. Mia, she has also been doing very well this playthrough. Her skill is oddly a little low for a True Blade at this point, but her speed is nearly capped. Her strength is capped. I did pass around some of those stat boosting items, and I gave it to her, so I also believe that Mia will be doing quite a good job here. Next, Leonardo, level 17 marksman. I didn't have very much faith in Leonardo at the beginning of this. I did say he wasn't the best, but he's really taken a role as an archer here by the horns, and he just said, I'm on here. Unfortunately, I didn't get to put any skills on him because I didn't feel like scrolling through all of those units that we had, so yeah. Next, Tabarn, the Hawk King. I think Tabarn really speaks for himself. Alencia. I decided to bring Alencia because she's a flying healer, and we're going to be needing a lot of these staffs and her capabilities to fly in this endgame section, so I believe that she's a great pick to bring. Plus, she comes with essentially a brave sword that's stronger than the silver sword by 1 point, so really, why wouldn't you bring her? Nephany. Though Aaron has her beat in physical defense and strength, Nephany does have higher skill and resistance, though the speed and resistance, and though the resistance isn't really a problem because a few buffs from Aaron, or from a ward staff, Kurth Naga, and all that stuff, and pure water can make Aaron good to take magical attacks. It's the fact that Nephany can double while Aaron cannot, and though Aaron has also proven to be a very big help to us, Nephany just, I wouldn't say she's inherently better than Aaron, she's just faster than he is, and that's the thing I like about it, because she has max speed, so I mean, why wouldn't I take her? Granted, some of the units are a little slow, but I think Nephany's a good pick. I equipped her with the Killer Lance and the Brave Lance, Joffrey's signature weapon, and this is the Killer Lance. I gave her the Spear, so that's good. Next unit, Kinigas, the Lion King. He speaks for himself. He's a really good unit. He covers a lot of distance, and he run rounds just about everything that gets in his way. Plus, he has Form Shift, so yeah. And last but not least, I actually decided to bring Zoran. I haven't really brought Zoran to endgame before, and the unit I thought about picking over him was Nezala, because Nezala would also do really well in endgame because he's fast and his fast hitting would very much come in handy. But I want to give Zoran a chance. I don't know, something about him just speaks out to me about this, so I think it'll be a good idea to bring him. But without further ado, we are all set. I have expended experience on everybody. So the only thing left to do now is save. This is going to finalize my decision. And without further ado, we get into the map. Oh wait, now we have to choose someone from the Heron tribe to take. I believe I'm going to take Rayson because he's the easiest to use. Though Raphael can restore 4 people without being transformed, he can't fly. While Rayson can fly and do that when he is transformed. Leon's a bit of an interesting character. Since she can restore 2 people automatically, that also makes her a good choice. But I just prefer Rayson over the 3 of them. Rayson, would you join us? Gladly, I'll give you everything I've got. And with that, we're bringing 17 units to endgame. Alright, Tower of Guidance, here we come! It's so quiet. Is the goddess here? Uh-huh, she's at the top. Be careful, everyone. This tower is Ashura's home territory. She's certain to have her most powerful troops waiting for us up ahead. We must proceed with the utmost caution. Huh?
So, you were companion to the very first Empress Altina. I am honored that you have chosen to speak with me.
You would trust in the word of a stranger?
Yes, I can see inside you. I know you cannot speak lies.
Is it possible? Do you share some aspect of my power?
I do, as did my mother. Generation after generation, each apostle has been blessed to hear the voice of the goddess. We know of impending disasters, how crops will fare. All revelations originally intended for you.
The children of my union with Altina. I had no idea.
Please, look at this.
That mark.
All of the apostles have borne this brand. It is our greatest secret. The senators must never know. Because of this brand, I thought that I had been born of some great sin. It plagued me always. Guilt tore at me every day as I hid my mark from my people, deceiving them constantly about my true nature.
Oh, child, how can I apologize to you?
And yet now that I've met you, I understand. There is no shame in my heritage. None at all. I will not live in hiding. I will reveal to the world that I am one of the branded. They must see there is no shame in who I am.
No, you mustn't. You don't understand the danger you will be placing yourself in.
Oh, but I do. The senators will do their utmost to rally the people against me, as they did when I freed the Lagoons from slavery. But I will not be deterred. If I am to lead this nation, I cannot allow it to be corrupted by prejudice and hatred. I can put the life the goddess has given me to no greater good than this.
Such determination. Your eyes, they very much resemble Altina's.
I will stand before my people and proudly proclaim the truth. And then I will guide them to a just and honest future. This is my promise to you.
Thank you. Your strength of will, the truth that guides your life. You have shown me the way back to myself. I shall return to Goldoa and tell my friends of you and your actions. I will tell them that Laguz and Bjork may once again live together in peace. I will tell them that there is hope.
Thank you, father of my mothers. I strive to be worthy of the gift of life you have granted me.
What was that? Was it someone's memory? What is it? Sorry, don't worry, it was nothing. Alright then, our path leads through that door there. Ah, look who it is. Well, well, Apostle Sanaki, what a surprise seeing you here. Frankly, I'm amazed that you, of all people, would dare set foot inside the most holy tower of guidance. Lekain, we've been looking for you for a long time. You bound Daein to your awful pact, hounded noble King Peleus, and stole countless lives in your appalling war. You are beyond redemption. Beyond redemption? My, that does sound dreadful. Whatever will you do with me? Oh, and let me remind you, the Blood Pact is still in effect. You would do well to remember that. I think you would know what would happen to the people of Daein if you should dare oppose me. Enough! We fear your threats no longer. No more will we bow to your every whim. Now that we've found you, we will exact justice upon you, then destroy the pact itself, ending its power over us. So you figured it out, did you? Matters not. This changes nothing, do you hear me? Here is the scroll which you've been so searching for so diligently, right here in my hands. Ah! And yet, none of you will ever lay one grimy little finger upon it. I have been blessed by the goddess herself. Her protection will not allow you to even approach me. Lekain, cease this travesty of virtue at once. What have we here? Oh yes, the apostle. Excuse me, child. I had completely forgotten you were here. Since you have deigned yourself to grace us with your exalted presence, dear apostle, let me share this bedtime story with you. The year was 640, Benyon era. The Empire had been without an apostle for 15 long years. The senators were constantly harassed by the complaints from people. There had been nothing like it in history. The voices calling for young Sanaki to crown grew louder every day. You had just turned 5 years old when the Senate welcomed you to the throne as the new apostle. Ah, but my young mistress Sanaki, what a very difficult child you were. You threw tantrums, you screamed and cried constantly. Your conduct was hardly befitting an empress of Benyon. Everyone was at a loss. You wouldn't even stop mewling and crying during official proceedings. But along came our youngest senator ever, Sephrin, Duke of Persis. When he took you in his arms, you immediately stopped crying, even smiled. He had to take advantage of this obvious miracle. In an unprecedented move by the senators, we elevated Sephrin to Prime Minister, keeping him serving as close to you as possible. This plan, as radical as it was, proved far more than effective than we dared dreamed. A young, handsome Prime Minister and an adorable moppet of an apostle brought the people's support to incredible new heights. Apparently the common citizenry is gullible enough to blindly follow any leader who is sufficiently attractive. Enamored as they were, no one ever seemed to care whether or not you could hear the voice of the goddess. With the new apostle and prime minister, the political landscape became unrecognizable. Even in the face of overtly unreasonable legislation, the two of you would stand on the balcony. A smile and a wave later, the people would cheer and go on with their happy lives. It was too good to be true, however. Both of you were meant to only be puppets. Each year you interfered with our government more and more, imposing your soft-hearted ideals over our sovereign rights. We were such trivialities as Lagoo's slavery, were such, excuse me. And somehow, despite the extraordinary plans of great men, here you are sitting before my very eyes. If Sephrin and I hadn't been freed, you were just waiting for your chance to kill us, just as you killed my grandmother? Out of respect for the immediately deceased, I'll be completely honest. Yes, you assume correctly. Your assassination, the plot to once again frame the Serenus Herons for it, was entirely my idea. Yes, I thought as much. Impressive, Sanaki. When you were first crowned, you would have cried your little eyes out. You've grown, slightly. Lekain, Duke of Gyros, before the 37th Empress of Benyon, prepare to be judged. An amusing game, child, truly, but you must know there is nothing you can do against me. I am the greatest servant of all the all-knowing, almighty Asher. I am her chosen champion. And you, Sanaki, you are a pathetic wretch, mewling behind the pack of her Daein curs. Asher's judgment is upon you. You will not live to be turned to stone. You will die here as flesh and blood. Yes, that's right. It's finally time to get started with Lekain, but we're going to be doing that in the next part. I will see you guys then.